Hey artists, let's continue working on our value scale paintings today. Just a reminder, I'm working on paper, so it might be a little different than what you're on. So it might just look different, but today, before we put any black paint down, I'm gonna have you use a Sharpie, as long as everything is dry here. I'm gonna have you use a Sharpie and trace every single one of your pencil lines. Now, some of you might be thinking, how is Mrs. Eaton holding that marker? And I know it looks weird, but the reason I'm holding it in this weird way is because it helps me get a really thick black line. And sometimes I even go over that line more than once. I'll go back and forth on it. And that is important to have that thick black line because it will make my painting job even easier. So if I hold it straight up and down like this, it makes a really thin black line compared to the way I was holding it. Makes a really thick black line. So if you can, try your best to make your lines really thick. It will just help your painting job. So you'll do the whole thing. Now that would take me a long time to do all of my pencil lines. And because I'm trying to make this a short video, I'm gonna stop here, but you would go over every pencil line. And then it is time to paint inside with our black paint. Now, you can have two different types of brushes today. You get to pick two brushes. You can do a thicker one for bigger areas like here, or this whole bottom needs to be painted black, so I definitely want a bigger brush for that part. That's like the ocean floor. And then you can choose a thinner detail paintbrush today too. And this will be really nice for things like the jellyfish tentacles and my seaweed that gets really pointy. But also keep in mind, you might just do that part with Sharpie. So some things might not even need to be painted in at all, like the little jellyfish tentacles. I don't think I have to paint those in at all. But when you're ready, you'll get black paint from Mrs. Eaton. That's me. And don't forget, when you are using the black paint, we do not get it into the danger zone. Can you say danger zone? This metal part is called the danger zone, and there's not supposed to be any paint here, so no paint in the danger zone and no fingers in the danger zone. Some of my paintbrushes have little grips. That's where your fingers go to hold your paintbrush. They do not go down here like a pencil. So scooch it back and keep the danger zone clean of everything. And then you'll go through and paint everything in. Now, some of those examples I showed you looked really cool, and it's so important that you go slow and take your time with this part. Otherwise, it might look rushed and messy. And you know what? We've been working so hard on these, we don't want that to happen.